Jorge Mario Bergoglio, the future Pope Francis, was born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, on December 17, 1936. His parents, Mario José Bergoglio and Regina Maria Sivori, were Italian immigrants. They had left behind their lives in Italy, seeking a new beginning in South America. Life in Buenos Aires for young Jorge was humble, but filled with family and faith. He was one of 5 children, growing up in a close-knit working-class neighborhood. Argentina, at the time, was a nation grappling with political and economic turmoil. These early experiences left a deep impression on young Jorge, instilling in him a strong sense of social justice. He saw firsthand the struggles of the poor and marginalized, shaping his worldview and future ministry. From a young age, Jorge displayed a curious mind and a compassionate heart. He attended local schools, excelling in his studies. He enjoyed reading, music, and soccer, a passion he retains to this day. His childhood was a blend of ordinary experiences and extraordinary influences that would set the stage for his remarkable journey. After graduating from secondary school, Jorge pursued a degree in chemistry. He enrolled at the University of Buenos Aires and worked as a chemical technician. This experience provided him with a practical, scientific understanding of the world. However, deep down, he felt a different calling. He sensed a pull towards a life dedicated to God and serving others. At the age of 21, Jorge decided to join the Society of Jesus, commonly known as the Jesuits. The Jesuits are a Catholic religious order known for their intellectual rigor, missionary work, and commitment to social justice. This decision marked a turning point in his life. He entered the Jesuit seminary in Villa Devoto, Buenos Aires, embarking on a path that would lead him far from the chemistry lab. As a Jesuit novice, Jorge immersed himself in his studies. He delved deep into philosophy and theology. He embraced the Jesuit values of service, discipline, and finding God in all things. His time in the seminary was not just about academic pursuits, but also about spiritual formation. He developed a deep prayer life and a profound understanding of Jesuit spirituality. After years of rigorous training, Jorge was ordained as a priest in 1969 at the age of 32. Following his ordination, Father Jorge Bergoglio quickly distinguished himself as a gifted teacher and spiritual guide. He served as a professor of theology at the Jesuit faculties of San Miguel, Buenos Aires, and Santa Fe. His students remember him as a demanding yet compassionate teacher who challenged them intellectually and spiritually. His leadership qualities were evident from the early days of his priesthood. He held various positions of responsibility within the Jesuit order in Argentina. He served as the rector of the Colegio Maximo, the Jesuit seminary in San Miguel, from 1980 to 1986. Recognizing his abilities, the church appointed him as the auxiliary bishop of Buenos Aires in 1992. His elevation continued as he became the Archbishop of Buenos Aires in 1998. In this position, he became a prominent figure in the Argentine church. He was known for his simple lifestyle, his strong work ethic, and his unwavering commitment to the poor. His influence extended beyond the church as he became a vocal advocate for social justice issues in Argentina. He spoke out against poverty, corruption, and the exploitation of the marginalized. His voice resonated with ordinary people who saw in him a leader who truly understood their struggles. In 2001, Pope John Paul II appointed him a cardinal, further solidifying his position within the church hierarchy. The year 2013 marked a pivotal moment in the history of the Catholic Church. Pope Benedict XVI announced his resignation, a rare event that sent shockwaves throughout the world. The College of Cardinals gathered in Rome to elect a new leader for the world's 1.2 billion Catholics. On March 13, 2013, the world watched as white smoke emerged from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel. A new pope had been chosen, Cardinal Jorge Mario Bergoglio of Argentina. The announcement was met with a mix of surprise and anticipation. The newly elected pope took the name Francis, a highly symbolic choice. He became the first Jesuit pope in history and the first pope from the Americas. This historic election signaled a new chapter for the Catholic Church, one that promised change and a renewed focus on the peripheries. The world was eager to see what direction this new pope, with his humble demeanor and his reputation for simplicity, would take the Church. The choice of the name Francis was significant. Saint Francis of Assisi, the 13th-century Italian friar, was known for his radical commitment to poverty, his love for nature, and his desire for peace. By choosing this name, Pope Francis signaled a clear intention to lead a church that was humble, compassionate, and focused on the poor and marginalized. From the very beginning of his papacy, Pope Francis broke with tradition and embraced a simpler style. He chose to live in a modest guest house in the Vatican rather than the opulent papal apartments. He eschewed expensive vestments and often wore simple white robes. His manner was down-to-earth and approachable, a stark contrast to the formality often associated with the papacy. His actions spoke louder than words. He washed the feet of prisoners, embraced people with disabilities, and reached out to those on the margins of society. He made it clear that he wanted to be a pope of the people, a pastor who walked with his flock, especially those who were hurting or forgotten. At the heart of Pope Francis's papacy lies a deep concern for the poor and marginalized. He has, repeatedly called on the church to be a poor church for the poor. He sees the growing gap between the rich and the poor as a scandal and a grave injustice. He has challenged the global economic system, which he believes, honestly, prioritizes profit over people. He has spoken out against the throwaway culture that disregards the dignity of the poor, the elderly, the unborn, and the environment. His message is one of radical inclusion and compassion, urging people of all faiths and backgrounds to work together to create a more just and equitable world. He sees the church's mission as one of accompanying those who are suffering. He has called for a church that is less focused on rules and doctrines and more focused on mercy and compassion. This message has resonated with many Catholics and non-Catholics alike, who see in Pope Francis a leader who is authentic, compassionate, and deeply concerned about the state of the world. Pope Francis's vision extends beyond the walls of the church. He has emerged as a global leader on issues such as climate change, economic inequality, and interfaith dialogue. His encyclical letter, Laudato Si', published in 2015, was a groundbreaking document that called for urgent action to address the environmental crisis. In it, he argues that climate change is not just an environmental issue, but a moral one, as it disproportionately impacts the poorest and most vulnerable among us. He has called for a new model of development, one that is sustainable, equitable, and respects the dignity of every human person. He has also been a strong advocate for interfaith dialogue and understanding. He believes that people of different faiths have a responsibility to work together to promote peace, justice, and reconciliation in the world. His efforts have not gone unnoticed. He has met with world leaders, addressed the United Nations, and traveled to conflict zones, urging peace and reconciliation. His moral authority and his message of hope have made him a respected voice on the global stage. Pope Francis's papacy has not been without its challenges and controversies. He has faced criticism from some conservative quarters for his stance on issues such as divorce and remarriage, homosexuality, and the role of women in the church. He has also been criticized for his handling of the ongoing sexual abuse crisis within the church. While he has taken some steps to address the issue, such as the establishment of a Vatican Commission on Child Protection, some critics argue that he has not gone far enough. Despite these criticisms, Pope Francis remains a popular figure, both within and outside the Catholic Church. His supporters point to his humility, his compassion, and his unwavering commitment to the poor as evidence of his authentic Christian witness. They believe that he is leading the Church in a new direction, one that is more merciful, more inclusive, and more focused on the needs of the world today. Pope Francis's health has been a topic of concern in recent years. He suffers from sciatica, a painful condition affecting the back and legs, and has had part of a lung removed due to an illness in his youth. Despite these challenges, he continues to carry out his duties with energy and enthusiasm. His commitment to a simple lifestyle hasn't wavered. He is often seen riding in a Fiat, eschewing the luxurious vehicles typically used by popes. He eats his meals in the Vatican cafeteria with other residents and makes his own phone calls. These simple acts have a profound impact. They reflect his belief that the Church should be close to the people, not isolated in ivory towers. Pope Francis's legacy is still being written. However, one thing is clear: he has left an indelible mark on the Catholic Church and the world. He will be remembered as a pope of the poor, a champion of the marginalized, and a voice for peace and reconciliation in a world torn apart by conflict and division. His message of mercy, compassion, and hope continues to resonate, inspiring millions to build a more just and equitable world for all.